The Tour of Utah preview show has been brought to you by the Utah Sports Commission, Utah, the state of sport, and by the Larry H. Miller Group of Companies, over 80 businesses united by one simple mission of enriching lives.
Going into big races like Tour of Utah, I think all us younger riders go in a bit nervous and unsure of our abilities because some guys have 10 years experience on us and they've been racing pro for a long time.
It's got every level of team really in the professional level. You know, the smaller the team, the bigger that race is. So the more they're kind of focused and a bit hungry for that. We don't get a ton of races that we have the chance to win against a World Tour team. So anytime we have that, it's huge. So we'll put tons of focus and have a few guys really targeting Utah.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to win a stage. I'd love to have a good overall, a podium or something. You know, the Trek Segafredo team only does 2 races in the U.S. a year, the Tour of California and the Tour of Utah. So it's extremely important for our sponsors and for myself and my teammate Keel Ryan, and you know, we're the Americans on the team, and we really enjoy this race every year.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be going there looking for stage wins. That's certainly the goal. Last year was a tough one, and I was able to crawl my way onto the podium, but I hope this year will go a little smoother and I'll be there from the start.
It's fun to come back and make the Euros race on our soil and eat tacos and our food, you know, and our time zone. So yeah, it's an extra motivation.
Welcome back to the Tour of Utah preview show. This year, the race will feature teams at all levels of competition. But even the most experienced riders are challenged at America's toughest stage race. We caught up with 2 of our 3 most recent overall general classification champions to find out what it takes to win the Tour of Utah.
Lachlan Morton taking the yellow jersey back, winning the 2016 Larry H. Miller Tour of Utah. And I was waiting for that smile, and it's all over his face right now.
Winning Tour of Utah, the final stage, and taking the overall in 2016, it's probably not only my nicest Utah moment, but just generally in cycling. My family was there, we were an underdog team, my brother was on the team, and it was one of those moments I knew when I won that stage, I would never have a win that would top that.
Yeah, winning in 2017 really kind of was a reward for years and years and years of hard work for myself. And you know, the team, we'd been bonding more and more at each of these bigger races, and then yeah, at that race it just sort of seemed like we really got it right. I was on extremely good form, and with the uphill time trial I was able to take the lead, and then the team, you know, really came together, and it was like, you know, that win was a reflection of, you know, everybody's hard work.
After I won, it was one of those things where I was like, well, I don't need to go back because I've done everything I could do there. You know, like in theory, all you could do is the same again. But the next year when I didn't have the chance to do it, I really missed doing it. And I think that's because it goes beyond the results that you can get there. It's just the event in itself, and the tour is just a fantastic experience regardless of where you end up.
Then it meant a lot. It was, you know, a big deal to have beaten the World Tour teams, but now racing and that kind of reset the bar for what our standards should be. And now racing at that level is just, you know, I feel we have earned our spot at the international level, and we deserve to be there. So now it's not just beating World Tour teams, it's just, we're just acting, kind of like acting our age. We're competitive with these guys now, and it is what it is.
Death, taxes, and a Tour of Utah finish on Park City's Main Street. This year, the race finale is a time-old tradition in Utah's most popular resort town.
Stage 6 is presented by the Utah Sports Commission. The Park City finale for the Tour of Utah is back for the 5th time in race history. Riders return to 2 exhausting climbs in Wolf Creek Ranch and along Pine Canyon Road for the Ore category climb of Empire Pass. Final King of the Mountain points are up for grabs, and the addition of new pavement in 2018 makes this battle even more interesting. The race has been won and lost on this climb in past editions, and this year is no different. The ever-changing elements and epic Guardsman Pass descent make for a thrilling finish at the top of Park City's historic Main Street.
That concludes our 2019 preview show. Coverage begins tomorrow at 5 p.m. Mountain Time on Fox Sports. As we leave you, here are some of the sights and sounds from last year's Tour of Utah as it made its way through the great state of Utah. Good night, everybody.
It looks like nobody can touch Travis McCabe, third year in a row with a stage win. 23-year-old Sepp Kuss, a huge win today, career-defining moment for him.
This race is over.
And here comes up the right side, Travis McCabe, the sprint leader, the winner of stage one. Phillipson right on his wheel, but it is McCabe one more time. It looks like it's Hagens-Berman. I think it's Hagens-Berman coming around him at the line. Look at this ride by Kuss. The yellow jersey laying waste to the rest of the breakaway.